Welcome back to my son. His name is Conway. But also welcome back to another Madden 20 rebuild. This is going to be a different sort of rebuild though. So this was all orchestrated by my man Headstrong. If you guys don't know who he is, definitely go check him out. His link will be in the description down below. He also uploads Madden rebuilds. The idea here is that I'm in an online user franchise with a bunch of other people, and we're all going to be individually rebuilding teams. Also, I can't do this anymore. He's falling off. But we're all going to be individually rebuilding teams. And I think we're going to try to plan to have like a video out per week. That's what he was telling me, at least in DMs on Twitter. I don't know exactly what we're going to agree on, but this is just going to be like the introduction for the franchise here. I chose the Eagles. They're my favorite team. There's a bunch of other people in the league already. I don't know how many people we're going to have at the end. I don't think it's completely filled at the moment. But today, I'll just be going over... Actually, I don't know if this is going to be its own video or if this is just going to be the beginning of a longer video. Regardless, though, we're just going to be going over the team. But if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, and if you enjoy watching Madden 20 rebuilds, Madden 20 franchise content in general, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoy this video in particular, I'd really appreciate it if you can hit that like button down below. Like the video for Conway, okay, dude? Conway, he's a beast. Like the video for him. But also, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, check out my second channel, or check out my Twitch channel, where I occasionally stream. Links to all of those are in the description. But I know I already mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but be sure to check out Headstrong as well if you don't know who he is. But let's go over the roster. So I'm an Eagles fan. That's why I chose this team. This can either be really good for me or really poor for me. I don't know how I almost forgot about this, but the beanie's back. Okay, I can't make a video without the beanie, the sacred beanie. But the Eagles either play super well or terribly in Madden Simulation. Carson Wentz is the starting quarterback, though. I like Carson Wentz a lot. I think he's a good quarterback. People talk about his injuries and whatnot. Yeah, whatever. But there's no injuries in this, so he should be fine. He has incredible arm talent. He can move if he needs to. I think Carson Wentz is a really solid quarterback. He should play well for us here. Miles Sanders was really good his rookie season this past year. He normally doesn't play too well in Madden, though. I hope he could develop for us. That would be huge, but I really don't think he's going to. We may have to look to get a running back in the near future. Now, in terms of the receivers, they drafted a bunch of receivers in this past year's draft. They also signed Marquise Goodwin, giving Carson Wentz a lot of speed. At the receiver position, Deshaun Jackson's also very fast. This position is relatively old, though. Like Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, Marquise Goodwin are all fairly old. But then they did draft Jalen Reagor. Now, I don't know if we're going to change development traits. I just asked Headstrong. I don't want to do it without him, you know, allowing me to. Since this is like his whole series idea, I don't want to tamper with anything. But if I were to change the development traits, Jalen Reagor would probably have star. Jalen Hurts would probably also have star. But Reagor's a really good player. Regardless if I change his development or not, he is going to start. He'll probably be the slot receiver. I want him to get a lot of targets. We do have Arcega-Whiteside here as well, who is a rookie. I don't really know how well he's going to develop, but I might try to get him involved at some point. Greg Ward is a monster, of course. Boston Scott also being a monster. Gotta talk about both of those guys for their contributions this last year. The Eagles have a really good offensive line, at least from the center over to the right tackle. Jason Kelsey, Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, some of the best players at their respective positions. Now, Andre Dillard here is a rookie left tackle. I hope he can play well for us here. Hopefully he can develop. Maybe we eventually kick him inside at guard if he isn't playing too well at tackle. Isaac Sayamalo is the starting guard right now, though. We also have Jack Driscoll, who could slide around if we need him to. He's a rookie as well. He could be starting at left guard. Prince Tego Winogo is also on the team somewhere. He's just in the depth, I guess. I don't know if he's a backup or if he's even in this roster, to be honest. It might only be the first couple rounds. I don't really know. Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert make up for one of the better tight end duos in the NFL for sure. Both capable starters. Zach Ertz, one of the best tight ends in football, at least in my opinion. Dallas Goedert's also a very promising young tight end too. And then on the defensive side, Jalen Mills is the starting strong safety. They signed Will Parks, a versatile player for sure, to play wherever he needs to play. He's also fairly young. I like the signing of Will Parks. Rodney McLeod at free safety isn't too bad there. Darius Slay they went out and traded for. Nickel Roby-Coleman joins the team. Sidney Jones, Trevor Williams, Avonte Maddox, the other corners. A ton of depth here now. I think the Eagles have learned from the past couple seasons where their top like 5 corners kept getting injured. So now they have a lot of players who could be kicked into starting roles if they need to. Duke Riley, Nathan Gary, Jatavis Brown are the linebackers. Jatavis Brown was very good his rookie season and whatnot. He's very athletic, kind of small, but it's not that big of a deal. He should play well for us, at least here in Madden. Hopefully he can play well in real life, though. That would be pretty big. Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham are going to be the defensive ends. Fletcher Cox, one of the best defensive tackles in football right now. Javon Hargrave, Malik Jackson are the other 2 defensive tackles, so we have some good depth there at least. We also still have like Josh Sweat, Jannard Avery, young, good defensive ends as well. This team has a ton of depth, and I think this is going to be more of a realistic rebuild, so we really can't be, trading many of these pieces. Maybe I'll throw a couple on the trade block in case any other users want to try to, snag them for a late round draft pick or something. I don't exactly know, but that is the team. I guess I'll go over Special teams, why not? Jake Elliott, Cameron Johnston. There we go. I guess we're going to have Jalen Reagor be the kick returner. I'm good with that. He can be the punt returner as well. Why not? Maybe he can make a Pro Bowl in that regard and get some experience points. But yeah, that's going to be the team. I don't know when I'll be back again. Maybe at the end of the season, maybe at the mid-season mark. We'll see what happens, but let me actually change the playbooks because I want to make sure I get the correct, scheme and the correct playbook for when we simulate. I'll probably rock with, the Titans offense. That's what I normally do. Let me just get the best scheme fit on offense here. 81% seems the best. So I guess we go either West Coast zone run. I think it was spread or vertical zone run. I'm going to go vertical zone run, I think. And then on defense, base 4-3 is fine. Actually, no, let's go 4-6. 4-6 usually works really well. And then we're going to go with the Titans offensive playbook and probably the Browns defensive playbook. That's my favorite 4-3 playbook to go with. So that's what that's going to look like for the first season here. Hopefully the team can play well. That would be really big. But if they play too poorly, at least we'll have a good draft pick. Okay, so the team did not make the playoffs. So sadly, we couldn't get one of those really good seasons out of the Eagles. How did we do? We finished 7-9, so pretty close. 10-6 for the Giants, 9-7 for the Cowboys, 8-8 for the Redskins. But let's go ahead and check out these stats. Let's see how, these younger players played. Hopefully they did well and hopefully they can develop. So Carson Wentz, 29 touchdowns, 8 picks, 4,100 yards. Not a bad season whatsoever. I would definitely take that here again. Miles Sanders was not good. Miles Sanders normally is not good in simulation. He had fewer rushing touchdowns than Carson Wentz. I don't understand. Corey Clement got 8 touchdowns, but Miles Sanders, I feel like we have to replace him at some point soon. Marquise Goodwin actually had a really good year. 1,100 yards for him. Where is Jalen Reagor? He didn't get a single catch. I guess he wasn't playing, which is very unfortunate. I certainly thought I had him starting, but maybe something got messed up. I don't know. Unfortunate, but we'll make it work at some point. Andre Dillard wasn't fantastic. Isaac Seumalo, same thing to him, but everybody else was very good, so I guess that's cool at least. Defensively, we have 118 tackles here from Jatavis Brown, 14 tackles for loss for Derek Barnett, 12 for Fletcher Cox, who probably led the team in sacks. He did. He had 10 sacks, 9.5 sacks for Derek Barnett. 2 picks for Nickel Roby-Coleman, 1 for Jatavis Brown, Darius Slay, and Trevor Williams. We have no touchdowns, but we do have a safety from Jatavis Brown, and then we have 2 blocked kicks. Okay, so this year we were 24th in the NFL on offense, and then defensively we were 6th. That's actually pretty good in terms of yardage. I will definitely take that. But Justin Herbert wins MVP. He's up to an 85 overall. That is nutty. Okay. Anybody, though, from the Eagles? I don't think so. Unfortunate. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Rodgers. Carson Wentz, though, at number 4, isn't actually that bad. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Kenny Clark. Nobody from the Eagles on this list. That's fine, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kyler Murray. Miles Sanders at number 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Isaiah Simmons. He's going to go up so well in overall and whatnot. Anybody, though, from the Eagles? I don't think so. All right, well, I guess I'll briefly go over the experience points at the moment. I don't know if auto progression was actually on throughout the season, to be honest. Let's give it a check. Was it on? It does not seem like it was. Also, Headstrong went through and actually changed the development of some of these rookies, so Jalen Reagor now has star development. He has 5 experience points. He didn't get any catches, but that's fine. Maybe he did well, like kick returning and whatnot. Maybe he made like the Pro Bowl in that regard. That'd be pretty cool. But 5 experience points, certainly not bad for him. He is going to get a ton of targets, hopefully next year. Miles Sanders, though, has 3 experience points. If we can't replace him after this season, it's not the end of the world because he will actually still be pretty decent. But I just don't really see him improving all that much throughout the course of this rebuild. That's just what happens with me and low 80, high 70 overall running backs. A couple more experience points for the offense. We have some on defense as well. 3 for Derek Barnett's actually really good. Sadly, though, Davion Taylor actually didn't really play. I thought he changed all this, but maybe it did get messed up when Headstrong simulated. I don't exactly know. But those are the stats for the first season, and I'll probably be back in free agency. We're back here again at the start of free agency. I don't think we're actually going to enter free agency in this initial video, though. I'm pretty certain that next time it'll be free agency and the draft and whatnot. But just for now, I think we're going to end the video by bringing back some players who I would like to bring back. If there's even anybody here. Turns out there really isn't. Jack Driscoll, I'll probably give a contract to. Maybe I can check out the rest of the awards. I actually don't have any money. So we can go through and clear some cap here, potentially. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me check out the salaries, see who's making the most. Let's see who I can cut from the team. The Eagles have a very expensive team, so it makes sense that we don't have any money here. Alshon Jeffrey's down to an 83 overall. That wouldn't even be worth it to cut him. Brandon Graham is an 84. Malik Jackson's definitely a player we can release. That makes no sense to release him either, so maybe not. Darius Slay will be keeping. Deshaun Jackson I think I'm going to release, though. Again, I can't release him. I'll spend more money that way. Dude, this sucks. Why did I pick this team? Isaac Seumalo maybe we can release. So it makes no sense to release any of these players. This is going to be very, very rough trying to work with this team. Rodney McLeod, potentially, we can get rid of. Again, no, we're going to take a big penalty there. So many of these players are so expensive for no reason. Oh, this sucks. Okay, so it turns out I really can't release anybody, and I also can't bring anybody back. I will spend the experience points, though. Might as well do that in this video since it's going to be rather short. Jalen Reagor, let's use his experience points. So deep threat is the scheme fit, but is there anything in particular I'd like him to get better with? Not really, to be honest. He's pretty good all around. I think I'll go 3 into deep threat and then a few into slot as well to try to get his short route running up. Because he's probably going to be the slot receiver. That got +3 to catching. That is actually huge. But he should be the slot receiver, so I'm going to go 3 into here and then 2 into slot, and that'll probably be it for him. 1 to agility, another 1 to catching. Okay. This also should not lose his scheme fit, because slot usually upgrades the overall for most of them anyway. So there's +1 to catching again. His catching is actually going to be really good after this. He's going to be an 82 overall, and he didn't really play at all on offense for us this past season. So now he's going to be involved. He has really good stats actually at the moment, so that's actually awesome. Now Miles Sanders, I want him to start. Like, it would be cool if he could eventually develop for us, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Miles Sanders is good in real life. I think he's going to develop, you know, well with the Eagles. He played well his rookie season. I do think he's going to be a good running back for this team. But just in the game, he's just not good. The thing is, we don't have any money to bring in another running back, so I may actually be stuck with him again, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's alright. We'll make it work, I guess. Derek Barnett, I'm just going to go into power rusher probably. Let's just make him as high of an overall as possible. I'll get his other attributes up at some point in the future if I, you know, think I need to get him up in anything in specific. But he's going to be an 80 overall, which certainly is not bad. Now, these two 50 overall guys, I'm not going to bother spending the experience points on. Sidney Jones, though, I feel like is going to develop pretty well for us. He's normally, you know, really good in simulation. I'm going to go into slot for the beginning here. Actually, no, I'll go into man-to-man for both of these. See if we can get him to fit the scheme. He does now, which is actually really big. So he's only going to go up once in overall, but that's fine. He'll be an 80. Never mind. That got up 2 overalls, but he no longer fits the scheme. That's a bit unfortunate, but it's okay, I guess. Now, Jernard Avery and Jatavis Brown, I'll spend those 2, and that's probably it. Because Jernard Avery does have a chance to start. If I ever move on from Brandon Graham, I wouldn't mind starting Avery, because he's actually not too bad. He's up to a 76 overall, though, and then, yeah, Jatavis Brown, I'll spend his, and then auto-upgrade the rest of the guys. Let's try to get him to fit this scheme. I wouldn't mind having Jatavis Brown for a long while, to be honest. He has good development, and he's rather young, so this is perfectly fine. He should develop really well for us. He's up to a 75 overall. He's very athletic, too, which is nice. But let's spend the rest of these just automatically. What is the team looking like as well? 85 overall, 88 offense, 83 defense. I'm hoping this draft can go well for us here. But let me spend the coach experience as well. And I think I'll probably end the video going over the rest of the awards. So let's go with, let me think, maybe the linebacker boost? That wouldn't be too bad because we do have a couple young linebackers who we can kick into starting roles. But yeah, let's check out the rest of the awards. I didn't go over these because honestly I thought I was going to have a little bit more in this video. I thought we were going to do free agency in this one, but it doesn't seem like we're going to. It's not really that big of a deal though, to be honest. It's fine. Honestly, like having like the first video be sort of short isn't all that bad. But let's go ahead and check out NFC and then best quarterback. Who's it going to be? It goes to Aaron Rodgers. Carson Wentz at number 8 though. Best running back is Ezekiel Elliott. Anybody from the Eagles? Of course not. Best wide receiver is Julio Jones. Marquise Goodwin, though, at number 9. He did have a good year. Best offensive lineman is David Bakhtiari. Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey at 5 and 6. Best defensive lineman is Kenny Clark. But we do have Fletcher Cox at number 7. Derek Barnett at number 9. Best linebacker is Chandler Jones. Nobody from the Eagles there. Best defensive back, Marshawn Lattimore. Nobody from the Eagles. Best kicker, Zane Gonzalez. Is Jake Elliott here. He is at number 9. Alright, that's pretty dope. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the first episode of this series here. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to it. I don't know how frequently we'll upload these videos. I think Headstrong said something about like once a week or something like that. As long as we can align recording properly, that might be what happens. I don't know. That's probably best case scenario. But thank you guys so much for watching one final time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.